After this class, I have a general class by 7:30. Even me, I'm tired. There are days I feel like, Omo, I don't want to. People should just leave me tomorrow. If I tell them now that I'm tired today, tomorrow, they'll feel like it's just. They will not feel like it's burnout. They feel like now so they carry scam people. Do you get? But they will not realize that man is tired. I'm seriously tired. I'm supposed to be sleeping. I come early. Hey director, what's up? Anyways, let's get started. My issue is that I feel like I show too much and I teach too much. I teach too much. Most of what I'm showing, I'm not supposed to teach them, even for the people that paid. I'm supposed to just teach like the basic and you go and figure out everything by yourself. Because other people they have recorded classes that they share to their audience to go and watch. They don't teach like live because of accountability. They don't teach you. Because if I'm teaching live, you ask me so many questions. If, for example, there are some things I don't know, I will not want to be in class with you so that you don't ask me those questions. But in the group, I can easily ignore your questions. For example, if you send something, I give you course to go and watch. There are some questions you ask that the person would want to ignore, right? Because they did not talk about it. But if I'm in class, you say, what do you think about this? We've not done this one. You know. So when you are teaching live, you're actually like accountable. Okay, so what are the tools that we'll be using? But before we even talk about the tools, let's talk about what AI automation actually is. This class is being recorded, I believe. Yes, it's being recorded. I know I say I believe. Let me be sure. What is AI automation or what are faceless contents? What are faceless contents? What are we actually doing? So before we get into stuff, we need to know what we are doing. And then what are the chances that you can make money from this thing? Because these are things that people actually want to know. But first, you must realize that this on it in itself is a skill. It's not just ways to make money. This is a skill that you can monetize, that you can teach, that you can use to create stuff for fun. If you say you don't want to make money from it, you just want to be creating videos for fun, you can actually do that, right? Somebody say this class is not for you guys. You guys are just opportuned because you're allowed to be here. Stop asking me questions. Frank CR7, he's your elder brother. He's one of my students, and he came from TikTok. He saw me on TikTok and then paid to have a one-on-one class. You guys are just opportuned to be getting some insight from his own class. Okay, let's get started. So what are we doing? This is AI automation or AI video creation. You can also call it faceless video creation. So why is it faceless video? If I'm creating videos on TikTok, for example, I'll carry my phone, speak something into the camera, post, right? But when it comes to faceless content, you are not using your camera. You are using your brain. You are using AI, different AI platforms as tools to bring out those, to create videos or to create products or whatever it is. Now, let's say we want to talk about the genocide happening in Nigeria. We want to create a video about that. Normally, you need to hire people to act a movie or do a documentary, go to those states and then do the documentary, right? But you can stay from the comfort of your home, use your laptop to create a documentary about the genocide happening in Nigeria without leaving here to go and do further research. You use ChatGPT or Cloud AI to make the research. If you tell ChatGPT, write a script for me, it's going to do research. Then use that research quickly and create a script. Okay? It's not just doing something that fast. It's actually making research from the internet. So normally, if you are the one that wanted to create a video about the genocide happening in Nigeria, you need to first of all spend hours making your research. Then you now turn that research into a script. It can take you like a day or two or even a week, depending on the volume of video that you want to do. But right now, we're using AI as a tool to generate to do the research for us, create a script. We still use AI as a tool to create the voiceover, even if it's multiple voiceovers or just one voiceover, right? Most of the videos we'll be creating will be like narration voiceovers. So we use AI as a tool. So we are basically using our AI as tools to make our process faster. Before, you would have to go to internet to download stock images or stock videos and use them to create your video. But right now, you have an idea in your head, you use prompts, use AI, Wix, Grok, or whatever, you create a video. So we can call them stock videos but they are created by what? AI, and they're uniquely created based on the prompt. Another thing you must understand as we dive into the practical aspect, because we have to deal with the theoretical aspect, before we get into the practical aspect. Another thing you must realize is that computer is garbage in, garbage out. If you give it careless um, prompt, it will give you careless results. If you say write a video, write a script about the genocide in Nigeria, it will give you a script, but that script might be generic, but it's still talking about the thing happening in Nigeria. Okay, but if you tell it create a video, write a script that talks about the genocide in Nigeria, how it started, when it started, who are the people responsible, how can it be ended. Now that is you adding context to your scripts. That is not going to give you a generic results, because you've added what's it called, context. You can also tell it that make sure that the script is like 5 minutes long or 20 minutes long or 1 hour long. That is you adding context. The result you would get is different from what another person that just said, give me a script that talks about this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? So the kind of result you get is based on your prompts. There are people that say ChatGPT gives me generic prompts. Well, that gives me generic scripts. So when I say generic scripts, basic scripts, it's because the person does not know how to prompt. The moment you know how to prompt better, you start having better results. Person A can be using ChatGPT or Cloud AI, person B using that same tool, but the results that they get is different because one person understands prompting better than the other. Do you get? And the another thing you must understand is context is very important when you are prompting. Okay, so what are the tools that we'll be using? The famous tools that we'll be using: number one, ChatGPT and Cloud AI. I prefer to use Cloud AI. Since I started using Cloud AI, I can't remember going back to ChatGPT. Does it mean that ChatGPT is bad? No. Please ask them not to change over. ChatGPT is not bad, but it's not that good as writing scripts compared to Cloud AI. Cloud AI is good at writing longer scripts, right? It's good with writing. It's as though Cloud AI is like a writer compared to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like a general, we like like a general model. But you see, Cloud AI is better at writing script and writing stories. So we use ChatGPT and Cloud AI for creating our scripts and our prompts. So what are prompts? Now, if you want to write a script, you say create a script um about the history of America. That language, that sentence, that statement is a prompt. Do you know why it's a prompt? When you send that information, it gives you something as a feedback, in response. Okay, so you're prompting it to give you something. You're not just telling it, but you're telling it and it's giving you something in return. So that's a prompt. We use Cloud AI and ChatGPT to generate our scripts and our prompts. Prior to this time, people would use let's say you've created a script or you have a script. You now start saying scene one, the camera did this, scene two. But now we would use AI as a tool to create our prompts. We don't have to be perfect prompters. We just need to understand how to add context to prompts and how to fix your prompts. But you don't need to understand how to create all the prompts in the world. You can use AI, or we are going to, not you can, I'm not just telling you what you can actually do, but I'm telling you what we are actually going to do. All right. So we'd use Cloud AI and ChatGPT to generate our script and our prompts. Then we use Wix AI and Grok to generate our images and our videos. Okay. So these tools I'm mentioning, they are not the only tools out there, but these are like the affordable tools that are there. For example, Kling AI is used for image generation and video generation, but Kling AI is like $60 to $80 per month, and you can only generate certain numbers of videos. Let's say you're able to generate 500 clips, short clips. Let's say 5 seconds clip, 500. That's not enough for the videos you want to do in a month. Imagine you are creating long form videos. Some videos can take 150 prompts, 150 clips. Now, the way I create videos is a bit different from how some people create videos. Some people create videos in a very lazy way. Let's say they are doing a 20 minutes video, they'll generate like 60 clips and then elongate each of those this thing. But for me, sometimes I'm thinking of, okay, how can I put in like 200 clips in this video to make the video to have more scenes and more appealing to your audience? But there are some contents that you are creating that you will not need so many clips. Contents whereby people are only listening to the voiceover. They don't care about the video. There are some people that they'll just play the video and then forget about it. They are doing whatever they are doing. You cannot do that. That can work where you don't care about the visual. You can even use pictures, add effects in the pictures. That's good. But when you are telling storytelling, story content, when you have multiple clips, it's better. Like if you watch Coco Melon is their videos are not AI generated. Maybe now they're not. Maybe they might be using AI now, but before they have like a 3D animation studio that does their videos for them. They earn between $2 million to $10 million per month, not annum, per month. Do you know why? They get millions of views per month. They get billions of views in some of their videos. Some of their videos are evergreen content, like Daddy Shark. If parents can play that video 100 times in a day for their child, and it's counting. It's counting. There's some children that they listen to Daddy Shark every day. That is an evergreen content. So sometimes when you create the content, think, can this content last the test of time? Children content and other content that last the test of time, because some parents, because they don't want to spend time with their children, or they want to do something else, they want to distract the children, they'll put those contents. That child can watch that video 1,000 times within the space of 1 year. One particular video. That they're also watching other videos, but they are glued to a particular. Gracie's Corner too makes good money. They make like how many hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. But Coco Melon is one of the biggest. Is one of the biggest on YouTube because they are creating kids content. All right. So we'd use Wix and Grok as our video and image generators. They would use 11 Labs for generating our audio. So we realized that we need multiple platforms, not just one. We need 11 Labs for audio, Wix for image, Grok for video, right? 11 Labs for audio, Clad or ChatGPT for scripts, then CapCut to edit. CapCut is like your pots. If you want to cook food, you have all your ingredients. Until you bring them together, you cannot actually partake of that meal. So CapCut is the tool that we use in what we call post-production. You have all your, let's say you are working on a project where you have 100 clips, 100 5 seconds clips. Then you now have your voiceover. All of these are now what? Different ingredients. But you use CapCut to merge all of them together with sound effects, and then it makes sense to somebody that they can watch it. But if you have your different clips and they are just in your laptop, it does not make sense. Like nobody can enjoy that content. So CapCut is what we use. Does it mean that CapCut is the only tool you can use? No. CapCut is easy to use. Because on CapCut, what do we do? Add text. What do we do on CapCut? We add text. We bring our images together. We add our sound effects. We add our voiceovers. Right? Then we edit our videos. So what we are learning in CapCut is basic. It's actually basic. That's not like if I'm permitted to use the word, it's not badass video editing. Do you get it? It's not perfect video editing, it's not motion graphic, but it's just like making compilations. So it's very important. You can actually use DaVinci Resolve. You can use Adobe Premiere Pro. If you know how to use those tools, you can actually use them. But CapCut is the easiest one that we can actually use. So I've talked about generating voiceovers. I'll also show you how to generate your thumbnails. Very important. On YouTube, these are the human psychology works when you are watching YouTube. You look at the hook, you look at the thumbnail first, you look at the title, you look at the thumbnail again, then you click. The thumbnail is the first thing, not even the title. The thumbnail, which is the design, is the first thing that you see that determines if you watch the video or not. So if your thumbnail is terrible, just like how they say a cover defines a book, don't judge a book by a cover or whatever, they go judge them for YouTube. Your video, your entire content is judged by your thumbnail and your title. If you have bad title, people are not going to watch. If you have bad thumbnail, people will not watch. Your content might be very good, but because your thumbnail is so very not useful, very not appealing, rather, people will not click. So your goal is to make them click through your thumbnail and your title. Your title too is one of the things that makes your. I'm not supposed to be saying some of these things because you're alive, right? Okay, but I'm giving them because I'm giving you. Some of them, even with this information, they will still not take action. Anyway, let's proceed. So your thumbnail and your title is one of the things that makes your video visible. So good thumbnail increases number of people that click. Right? Your thumbnail too should build curiosity. should build curiosity. So setting up a US or Nigerian account, you can either use a US or a Nigerian account. Then teaching about vidIQ, I will not explain more of that now. In one of our classes, we'll talk about that. So let's get started with our very first video. Let's get started with our very first video. Now, I usually say to my students that we always start from a blank page. We always start from what? From a blank page. Why does Chrome not want to open? Seems like these TikTok people, they are the ones that you guys are bad belly. Chrome does not want to open today. Why? Why doesn't, if it doesn't open, I'll use something else. I'll come to Cloud AI here. I barely use this particular Microsoft Edge. I feel like it's a useless useless browser, but I've never used. I barely use it. But I think maybe network is the issue. But Chrome is supposed to open with or without network. With or without network. I don't know why, but I think network is a bit down. Let me check. I have internet access on FiberX. So why on earth are you not working? Let me click again on cloud and see what's happening. Still loading. But without network, Chrome is supposed to open. Funny part is I just used it in teaching a few minutes ago. Why on earth did I even close it? Maybe I should have closed it. But I feel this one that this guy is not opening, this should be network. This should be network. Or I would have to restart this computer. Of all days, why today? Cloud is not opening. Let's try ChatGPT. Let's try ChatGPT if ChatGPT is going to open up. I hope that Cloudflare is not down again today. Let's wait. If it doesn't work, I'm going to restart. There are some clients that their revision will never finish. They'll keep on asking for revision. This particular client, we're working with him for over 2 months. He's still asking for revision and he's paying for the revisions. That's just the good parts. But is it frustrating? Yes, it is. Now, cloud is down. I think this should be an internet issue. This should be a network issue. But the one that Chrome is not opening, that's one thing I don't understand. Please let me turn on this other computer. Sorry. Let me check if it's. Oh my god. So we are on inverter. Sorry, hold on. It's not down. Okay, let me connect. Let me connect. Hold on. Let me connect with my phone hotspot first before we change over. But I think it's going to. I don't know why. It's not showing. Let me see. Please change the lights. There's a button. There's a this one that is showing color. Just tap. No, the one down. This one. Yes. Tap on it twice. Just touch it, like press it twice. Okay, so yeah, it is better. So this guy is up. Let's just work with it. We wanted to create a particular video. What video did we mention? We've not mentioned any type of video. Now, if I want to create, let's say I want to create um um story about Pharaoh. For example, let's say I want to create a story about Pharaoh and Moses. Or let's say I want to create a story about Moses. We are going to do it live here. I didn't think about it prior to this time, and I've never created a video like that. But once you have an understanding of how this whole stuff works, you can create almost any type of video. Almost any type of video. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll tell AI, I'll go to Cloud AI, I'll say create, let me say create a, let me say, I want to do a short video. So I'll say create a 1000 word scripts on, let me say animation scripts, okay? Animation scripts on the Bible story of the birth The birth of, let me not even say the birth, let me just say the rise of Moses. Okay? And I will not tell it, write these scripts in a narration style. There's a reason why I'm telling you to write it in a narration style. If I just tell you to write it because it's an animation script, it might write a script where the different characters are talking, like that's a dialogue. Moses, his mother, Pharaoh, and all of that. But right now, we want just one voiceover to be reading the entire script. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm adding a context. Remember, I did not just say write a story about Moses. No, I say write a story about the rise of Moses and write it in a what? In a narration style. If I say write in a dialogue style, it's going to create it like that. So the prompts that you get, the result is based on your prompts. If you added context or you did not. Okay, so he's writing a long script that's written down to scene 8. We have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene 5, scene 6. These are like short scenes. So this is going to be a short script. Also, I told it to write a script with 1,000 words. So the script is what has 1,000 words. All right. So that means now that our story is going to be short, and I'm going to use this for a YouTube shorts. Right. YouTube short should be around 1 minute to like 3 minutes max. Right. And then it should be in portrait. Don't create YouTube short and then it's in landscape. If you check the YouTube shorts, their videos are always on portrait, just like TikTok. Okay. So now we have all our scripts. Remember that we use AI to generate our scripts. We'll use our scripts now to generate our voiceover. We'll use the same scripts to generate our visual prompts. So the first thing first, I'll copy this entire story. Or copy it. They will go to what we call 11th Lab, 11thlab.io. That is I remember I mentioned it earlier. That's the platform that we'd use in creating our voiceover. Let me see if Chrome would open up. Still not opening. Still not opening. So let's forget about it. So here I'll just have to let me hope that my email is logged in here. Let me hope that my email is logged in here. If not, while I don't happen. Do you know why? Even me, I don't know my email passwords. God of Nazareth, I'm telling you. Depending on, hold on. Okay, I have subscription here. I'm going to paste my scripts, but if it's I'll take out this part. They only take about 500 they take about 500 characters. I'm going to explain the difference between a character and a word. We have ABCD. They're about how many letters? 25 or thereabouts, right? So each of them is a character. A is a character, B is a character, C is a character. So that is what 1 1. There's a difference between create a script with 5,000 characters. Like when I say characters, in terms of letters, not cartoon characters. Okay, 500 characters, or let's say 5,000 characters. If you tell I write a script that has 5,000 characters in terms of words or alphabets, and you tell it write a script with 5,000 words, they are different. A is one character, B is one character, but and is a word. So when you say 5,000 words, it means if you have a sentence that has 10 words, so you have 10 words, but that sentence can have more than 50 characters. So I know why I'm explaining that. On 11th Lab, they take maximum of 5,000 characters at a time. At what? At a time. Okay? I laugh whenever people say Grok is free. Are you the one that created Grok that you made it free? Grok is not free. You can use their trial version. Okay? I think when you also use the trial version, they put is it VO also on your videos. And even if they don't put it, they have limited videos you can actually generate it, because I tried it out. The first day I used Grok, I created multiple videos, multiple clips, and they told me that we've gotten to limits. We have to subscribe to Super Grok. So if you want to maneuver it, all you have to do is to have multiple emails. So anywhere you get to your limit for the day, you use your second email. So the next day, I think it's start afresh again. But that one is stress. Why not just pay and then use it to generate everything? Okay. So right here, I'll just be taking out, like you see this part, scene 2, narrator, I will take out those things because I don't want my voiceover narrator to speak those parts. Another thing I will teach you, and I'm not going to do it today because we are live. Okay. What I'm going to teach you to is to create your own unique voiceover. I tell my students, don't use a voiceover that other people have. Does it mean that you can't use that? You can, but don't. Have your own unique voice. Don't use voiceover that 10,000 people in the world are already using. That's you are not creating unique content when you do that. What on earth is happening? Okay. So there's a particular voiceover that I have here. His name is Mr. Scott. I created him. I created him using prompts. These characters you have, Damiete, this is my own unique, this is my own voice that I cloned, right? Damiete, this is my character. We have some of these characters are for animation projects. Let me search for Mr. Scott. That's my own unique voiceover. This guy, I created him in here. Okay, let me reduce the speed a bit. So you can actually add exaggeration, speed, and all of that. So I'll click on generate. It's going to generate my voiceover. But
Long ago, in the ancient land of Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers, so he enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and...
Now, do you see that this one is even fast? I can still slow his pitch to be like the speed here to be slower. Like right now it's at 109. I can reduce it to like down a bit and it's going to speak slower. But sometimes I like my voiceovers to be like medium pitch so that it's not boring. If it's too slow, in the this people don't want to watch. And I just fall asleep while they're listening because it's not, and it's going to affect your video. So the faster your video, the faster like people would want to watch, the more interesting it is. So now we've gotten our first some parts. We've gotten like from scene 1 to scene 6. I'll give you the privilege to I'll send you the script later on. You are going to create your own version, the complete video with this same script. You don't have to generate the script. In other stuff that you do, you generate your script. But in this particular one, I will give you the script and the prompts. You would use what I based on what I show you today, you use that to generate your videos. Okay. So now we have our voiceover. The from scene 1 to scene 6 has scene 1 to scene 6 has the voiceover came out as 4 minutes. Do you get it? Remember we told you to use what? 1,000 words. 1,000 words. Okay, we've downloaded our voiceover right now. So what's the next thing that we are actually going to do? I'll copy these scripts now that we have here. I'll copy them. We'll go back to Cloud AI. What and what did I say we'll do with Cloud AI? We use Cloud AI in generating our scripts and our prompts. Now, I'll post this same story in here. Look at it. It has been pasted here. I'll now tell AI, I'll say create, I'll tell AI, I'll say create a, what do we call it? Create a, let me say, create visual prompts in, let's say, Disney animation style. For example, I say create visual prompts in Disney. Let me say create visual prompts for this script in Disney animation style. That is the context. In what? Disney animations. I can say Pixar style, I can say Boondock style. I can go online and search for a particular style that I love and use that. Okay, so I'm saying create a visual prompt for this script in Disney animation style. Okay, and I'll say make sure the prompts are Wix AI compliant. Whenever I teach prompting here, I always teach what I will teach you might be a bit different from what I'll teach the next person, but it's the same thing. Like now, I'm telling you, I'm using the word make the prompts to be Wix AI compliant. The other person, I can tell him that make sure that the prompts don't violate Wix AI policies. That's the same thing, just different grammar. Okay, so sometimes people are learning, they're like, but in the other this thing is not the same English you use though. Well, Because I understand prompting, I can use any grammar and it will give me the same results. So far as my grammar is what is correct. Okay? So far as it's correct. So I'm telling you that make sure that it is Wix AI, Wix AI and YouTube compliant and include um doesn't include copyrights. Because the truth is that AI can actually give you content that has copyrights. Understand that sometimes it does research from the internet. So there are times that the research, the thing that it has copyright inside of it. Somebody has showed me that he created a video with AI, and then all of a sudden YouTube flags the video because there's copyright in the content, in the scripts. Like if you try to create a video about Donald Trump, they might take it down. Like politics, avoid those kind of videos. Can post on YouTube and go away with it. On what's it called, TikTok, go away with it, but on YouTube they would not. If you create videos that talks about child molestation and then you show some kind of graphical content, they will take down your video. So you need to actually go back, sit down, and study YouTube's policy. Some people say, "Oh, YouTube, YouTube deleted they banned my account." They've actually violated something. They don't just that's like how people fail in school and they say the lecturer gave me this. That's the same way we violate terms and conditions, and then we now say YouTube banned my account. What did you actually violate? You need to know. So sometimes to save yourself from being banned, go and check what do they allow and what do they not allow. And right now you can use AI, tell AI, explain all YouTube's policy regarding AI videos to me. Instead of you going to YouTube to search for that terms and conditions, AI is going to explain everything for you. That saves you time. Do you get? So remember that these AI platforms, they are actually tools that we are using. Okay? So it's not just for creating videos. You can even use it for research. So do you see that we have down to scene 7? Each scene has like three prompts. So I'll do some and then I will allow you to do some. So you see these prompts now. These are English language, right? They call them natural language that we are going to use to make videos. English to what? So there's what we call text to image and text to video. So the first thing we are going to do is what we call text to image. We'll do text to image inside of Wix AI. They will now convert image to video. So we have text to image, we have text to video, we have image to video. Do you get? We have text to image, text to video, and image to what? Video. Grok helps you with text to video, and also helps you with text to image, and also helps you with image to video. So Grok can actually do the three. Okay, even in Wix, you can do image, you can do text to image and text to video. Then you can also do text plus image to video. So there are times where we bring in images into Grok and add a prompt, which is the text. Your text, whenever I say text, know that it's prompt I'm talking about. We add a text. Your prompt can be simple. You can just say, make this character to smile. That's a prompt. Make this character to jump. That's a prompt. Make this character to run. That's a prompt. Okay? Another thing I'm going to teach you later on is how to create music videos with AI or music with AI. We did that live on TikTok this morning. And that's not the first time I'm doing that. So do you see that each scene here has three prompts? So now let's go to our image generator, which is Wix AI. Which is what? Wix AI. So right now they say Wix AI is an image generation tool, but you can also use it to create videos. But we don't really use Wix to generate videos. Does it mean you can't use it? You can. But they give you access to do like 50 videos, 50 clips. So when I say videos, it's actually clips that they are giving you. And 50 clips is too small.
Maybe.
Wait, when you get started, realize that you'll be creating more than 100 clips in a day. More than 100 clips, depending on the video you're doing. Yeah, easy. You're already shocked. You think say go there easy? Well, for you guys on TikTok, he's a one-on-one student. He found me on TikTok, and then he signed up for the class. So anybody that thinks that this whole thing is easy, well, I don't disclose and give it to the easy. This thing he had. That is why you should actually go into it. If it's too easy, forget about it. It's not going to be sustainable. Okay? And the another thing I need to understand, I tell all my students, enjoy the process of creating these videos. Hey, I've gone to copy the wrong thing. Instead of copying my prompt, I went to copy my entire story. So this is prompt 1A, isn't it? That's what's in 1. I'll copy it, go back to Wix. Where do we have Wix? This is Wix, okay? I'll paste my prompt. Now, I can just paste my prompt and generate. But let me show you something that are important inside of what's it called, of prompts. Okay, this is the speed that is using creating, right? So precise reference, okay? It also gives landscape, portrait, or square. So because we are doing YouTube Shorts, we use what? We use portraits, okay? Now, I'm going to click on, I can either click on generate right now. It's going to give me 2 versions. So whenever you generate on Wix, it gives you 2 versions to choose one. But you can actually choose both. But it actually gives you what? 2 to choose from. So do you see this part? That's giving us 2. We have to choose. Now, if I want all my videos to be in this particular art style, guess what I'm going to do? I'll download, let's say I download this first image. I want all my videos to be in this particular art style. This is how you maintain consistency. I'll come to style here by the left hand side. Click on style, then choose this thing that I downloaded. This style. I'm going to lock in. You already know locking. Do you get? Reference your assets using subject, scene, or style. So whatever you put in here, we'll be using this style. So these are scene 1, isn't it? These are prompt 1. I'm going to delete this. Go back here, copy prompt 2. Then notice the similarity. I'll copy prompt 2. I need to drag Wix to be very close to my prompts. I'll post it here and then click on generate. Watch how the second image rather is going to be. Just watch how it's going to be. Do you see? Similar to this. Do you see this? Similar to this. Now, I would copy my third prompts. Go in here. Do Control A. Control A is to highlight everything in here. Paste. Or even when you are done, you can just do everything like this, delete. Then paste the next one. Okay? So this other one now, I like this instead of this. Do you see that it's giving us two versions? Do you see the consistency in the art style? Not one is animation, another one is real life video. Do you get? So all your videos. So that's for scene 1. Let's go back here. We'll just be posting. So now let's work faster. Another thing that I've started teaching recently is you can divide your screen into 2. Yeah? I can divide my screen into 2. For example, I will keep Wix by my right hand side and then keep Grok. No, not Grok, Cloud AI by my left hand side. Do you see this? I'll keep it on my left hand side. I'll just be copying from here. But my screen is a bit small. Do you get? So I'm not really seeing my images that clearly. If I want to see them, I'll just zoom in. Do you see the ones we have? Do you see these parts? Do you see that? Is it giving us 2 too? Okay. So this other side too. I'll copy my next prompt. All the videos are going to be consistent. But the only challenge you would have is that the character's face will not be the same. But the art style is consistent. But there's a way so you can make the character's face to be the same. For the people that always ask, is this free? Is that free? You can, respectfully speaking, you can just go online and ask, is this thing free? Or you can just go and check Wix and you discover that it's not free. Whenever you guys say it is free, I just laugh on her. I would like to start learning YouTube automation. So how much is it going for? After you paid on Saturday, I'm not taking one-on-one students. Nobody should give me their money. Till January, you can join my community class, but you cannot join my one-on-one again. It is full. Look at your people's names. It's there. That's your name, number 15, Abi. That's it, 15 students. I can't take more. Like right now, if I say I want to go out now, this evening, is impossible. Because I have a class. Tomorrow again, I have like 4 classes to teach. So it's not easy. You can only join now so they give this kind info for free. Share on the sea. So you guys are seeing this guy that is saying it, and I realized that you see this stuff. Nobody comes out. It's even after I started teaching this stuff that some YouTube automation gurus started showing some part of the videos that they've done. Before you only hear that you make money from this, but they will never show you how. Nobody. But right now, many of them are streaming. They are streaming and not showing because they've seen somebody that is doing it. Do you do live always? No. This one, I'm not supposed to be live because this is a one-on-one class with him. But then should be permitted that just for today, oh, for you guys, just for today. So you guys are enjoying somebody's 150K session. So for the person that asks, it's not really for free. This guy paid for it. These guys, they are just enjoying his how do they call him? Benevolence, Abi? Mm. So it's not really for free. So do you see that they told us that this prompt violates our policies? Okay? They told us that it violates our policies. Let's try it again. You love me, but you don't want to pay for the class. And some people feel like, oh, if you're actually making money from it, why are you? So it's not going to come out because it violates their policy. Okay, I can still take that particular prompt, put it back into AI, and tell it rewrite this prompt in a way that it does not violate this. So do you see that there are times I will say write it in a way that does not violate, and it still goes on to make mistake because this is AI. Even humans will make mistake. Talk less of AI. Okay, so if that one doesn't work, we'll try it again. If it doesn't work, we'll leave it and then. So let's see. Split screen left side shows Moses eating elaborate feast on golden plates in palace. Side shows Hebrew workers eating simple food. I wonder what is. Okay, hold on. Sorry, young David Moses presided. Okay, sorry. This is the one that is not going through. Standing at palace balcony, looking down at workers. Con- conflicted expression. Okay, so let me take this one out and bring back. Where is that prompt? I think this is the prompt. If this prompt doesn't work, somebody is trying to teach me, paste that for prompts and Grok will generate it. Now, I want consistency. If we copy the same prompt and put into Grok is not going to give us that. Do you see that? I feel like it kind of violates their stuff, but they just gave us one. Okay, so if you paste it into Grok is not going to give you consistency. That's why we choose Wix. So most of this will go. So I'll do down to scene 6, then you do the rest. Do you see? Now, do you know why it did not go? Because they say this guy is wiping them. So that's against policy. So they will not create it. Anyone that is against policy will just leave it. But it's going to be in our voiceover. Do you see the art style? Do you see the consistency in the art style? So you be the one to create from scene 6 to scene 8, I will scene 9. Right? I will send you the entire prompt. You be the one to create it. Okay. So that's what we have here. So do you see that they are giving us two options for each? So what's our next point of duty? We'll start downloading one after the other. We'll just be downloading one. Remember I said I don't like this one. So let me just increase my screen here. I'll increase my screen here. We've downloaded. So the next one is this. I think I want this one. We'll check which one is better. I think this woman looks like Mary, even if I've never seen Mary before. So this other part, I think we just download this. But do you see the consistency? We'll just be downloading any one that we like. This other part, this is better. Download it. This is better. We download it. This is better. We download. Not like it's better. I'm just choosing. This other part, I think I'm going to download this other one. Not the one that people are close to this thing. How are they close here? So AI can give you mad results sometimes. So this part where they say split screen, showing him eating and then the other people eating. Then generate this, generate this. then finally generate this. Somebody say, but generate a realistic human-like animation. Is it not better in storytelling? People prefer animation. I tried this live teaching and it came so nice, but it gets watermark. Now you know great pay for what do they call them? Pay to use those tools and then it takes away the watermark. So the next thing we are going to do is we'll come to there are people that have used my free classes to be creating videos and posting on YouTube. But the funny part is that there are some parts that they will still miss out. Creating the videos is one thing. Creating videos is another thing. Understanding how to post those videos and actually make the videos to get views is another thing. And one of the things I tell my students is I'm not going to teach you every single thing. You also have the duty, it's your duty to make money from what you learn. Somebody can teach you how to get monetized, but they will not help you to get monetized. You are the one that would put in the work to actually get monetized. You know, most Nigerians, once they pay you, they want you to be the one to get them monetized. That's not it. You'll be the one to know how to get monetized, even if you have been taught. You put in the work so that you can actually monetize other accounts. If I help you monetize an account, you might not know how to monetize another one. So God forbid that account gets banned. You have to come to me again to show you how to monetize. So now what we are going to do, there are two ways to do this. Number one, I will click here, go and look for these. Let's look for the first one. This is the first one, Abby. I'll just import it. There are three ways we can do this. There are three ways we can animate a picture. We can automatically come in here, click on this sign, this attach, import our image. And Grok is going to automatically animate it in his own way. Or we can import the image, put our prompt, and Grok is going to animate that image based on our prompt. But sometimes if you are lazy, all you have to do, just dragging your image, like see this one. Oh my god. But this guy that won't give me their back. People would not actually notice it. But do you see how we did not give it any prompts, but it has automatically animated this. Let's see the second one. Do you see this? Do you see the sweat on the man's hand that looks like candle wax? This is scene 2. Another thing I can do is I can, just like what we did before, I will drag this thing here. Then I'll go to my file, drag this other one here. So what I'll be doing right now is I'll be dragging each of my images one after the other. Let's see. Okay, the next one is Pharaoh. I'll drag and drop. What's the imports? I'll click here. It's not animating. I just need percentage. I'll leave it. Go back. Come to these other parts. Drag, drop. Once it shows, go back. Drag, drop. Once it starts animating, do you see that this one? Do you see how they are loading? Do you see percentage loading? This one loading. I'll do like this till I get to the end of my images. So right now, what are we doing? We are converting image to video. So we've talked about image to video, image plus text to video, text to video, or text to picture. Okay? So this is the part that we've done now. Once we get to this other part, I will now combine them together. Then you proceed to do the rest. You didn't come with your laptop today, ba? Okay, came with it. So another advantage for you is that you can actually come here, like let's say 3 times or 4 times in a week. 3 times to 4 times in a week, because you are based in Port Harcourt. So what that means is that I'm teaching you twice, but you can actually come here to use, like for example, you don't have lights, you can come here to use lights. Like you can come here to use lights to actually work. Most of the time there's lights here, but on this particular floor, there's almost light all the time. You might have to bring in a desk and keep it there, so that when we are on inverter, you can just use your laptop, and then we have internet here, like all the time, except what's it called, MTN and Starlink decides to be wicked towards us. Some days it happens that MTN and Starlink will decide that today, no way. So that's when you realize that internet access is very important. Without internet, so for people that might be wondering, most of the work we are doing when it comes to YouTube automation, it does not require your laptops GPU or CPU that much. The only time that you are going to put load on your laptop, boss, I'm in pitch, I promise I won't stress you. You would have to pay for my one-on-one class, but and I don't want again. No, January, you have to come in January. You have to come in January. My one-on-one is full 15. If I'm very hungry for money, I will take as much one-on-one students. Do you get? Just give them videos to go and watch. But I'm not that kind of a person. Because I know at the end of the day, you will drag me on the internet if I don't deliver. Yes, now. Nigerians, when they pay 150K, bro, they go do video. They never create content before. They go do video, we go viral. They say that guy, no wonder he comes live on TikTok. He just took our money and not teach us anything. So this morning, I felt like he was kind of anxious. But like, when are we having our class? Boss, my time goes in rich. So I'm like, oh, because number one, no, I'm not. No, it's not you, it's another person, not you. And when we got to class, I said, hey, now your mind don't calm down, Abi. You realize that the class is not a scam. Some people told me that they paid 100,000 naira for a community group. The guys just gave them, popular guys on the internet here, gave them videos and never responded to them. They never responded to them. And they ended up just basic, like very basic. Like what you know already now, wait till you pay 100,000 naira with the person record video give you. I've paid to one of the top so-called YouTube automator on TikTok. He added us on a group, recorded some videos, gave to us. He never responded on that Telegram group. He never for one day responded. Till the day I left. And I'm like, you guys don't value your name. For me, I cherish my name. If I lose money, I can always make it back. But my name gives me money. Some of you registered for this class because of it's me. Do you get? You registered for the class because it's me, not just because of what I'm teaching, but because it's me. If I ask you to pay and I bring in somebody else, and I bring in somebody else to teach you, you would feel like I scammed you, even if the person is teaching you something of value. But because it's not me, you would think that is what you got scammed. Okay? Somebody say, I know you're not money hungry. We just have to agree on the flexibility. Now, so on I won't bribe me for this internet. Though very soon you see somebody is going to do a video one day. So this guy here, his name is Christian Damete. Do you know that he has over 70 persons on his district? So imagine that each of them paid 50,000 naira. Imagine how much this guy made from them. Watch on this internet, they go do video for me. Because that's how many people think in Nigeria. They don't even realize that I actually sit down and teach, which is stressful. There are days I feel like I should just sleep and tell you guys another day. But if I tell you that, please, let's have our class, we are supposed to have today, and I say tomorrow, it makes me feel somehow. Because even that tomorrow that I'm supposed to have free time for myself, I'm not going to be busy. This is the last one we download, Abby. So right now, all these clips are beautiful. But until we bring our clips together, until we bring our clips together instead of CapCut, has this stuff downloaded? It's still downloading. That's why I prefer Chrome. Chrome really shows me when it's downloading. You want to join online, even the one-on-one online is full. Just join my community group. Join the community group. Join community group, then next year, from January, you can join the one-on-one. What I'm trying to avoid is over-promising and under-delivering. I don't want that. Okay, I need to be sure that they are downloading one after the other. I don't want to over-promise and under-deliver. Money is sweet too, but my name is better. I want to sleep with peace of mind. Delay is dangerous. How to join the community group? Send me a DM. The community group right now is 75K. From January though, the one-on-one class is going to be like 250K. And I'm also assuring you, take it. The people that pay in January will learn more than the people that pay this year. Should I tell you why? The knowledge I would have in January will be different from what I have right now. Because I keep on upgrading myself. And the more I upgrade myself, does it mean that what I'm teaching right now is not valuable? It is very, very valuable. But what I'll know in January, in fact, every day, what I know each day is better than what I knew the previous day. Because I prioritize learning like crazy. How much is one-on-one? The one-on-one right now, if you pay for one-on-one right now, you start your class in January. If you want to pay right now and start your class in January, you pay 150K. I already have 2 persons that are paid, but they are starting in January. They are busy right now. One of them is a copywriter. The other guy is a real estate guy. But if you have to pay in January, it's going to be like 200 to 250,000 naira. Right now is 150K. So enough of the talks. Let's get to work. So when in January, somebody say when next year is going to start in January. So my one-on-one class would actually get, like, yours is going to end in January. So theirs might even start like middle of January or beginning of February. So let's start adding our clips together. Let's start adding our clips. I feel like some I downloaded them multiple times. Yeah, I realized I downloaded some of them multiple times. Another thing you must do when you import your videos inside of CapCut, it brings the last one first and the first one last. So what I do is I come in here, click here, go to latest to earliest. Then my number one video, my first video is now at the beginning. So is it a physical class? The one-on-one is both physical and online. If you're in Port Harcourt, it's physical. If you're not in Port Harcourt, it's online. If you want to travel down from whatever state you are to come and live with me to teach you, that's going to cost you like 500,000 naira. I'm going to provide you accommodation, but your feeding is on you. That's it. Even my 2D animation class, I also do that. What about Ghana? If you're in Ghana, please, if you're in Ghana, that money you want to spend in booking flight to Nigeria or spending transportation to Nigeria, just use it and pay for your online class, right? 150K and learn on Zoom. You can actually learn on Zoom. And it's the same value. Most of my students are in the UK, US, Germany, and Canada. The one-on-one students. Just maybe 1 or 2 are in Nigeria. Maybe you guys are like, let's say 3 or 4 that are in Nigeria. The rest are not in Nigeria. And the funny part, some people that paid for one-on-one, they are not the ones partaking in the class. They paid for their people in Nigeria to learn the one-on-one. Somebody in the US will see my TikTok live and will say, I want to pay for my brother in Nigeria to come and to learn. There's a lady in my class, I won't mention her name. She said she paid a company to teach her this thing. That they didn't teach her anything compared to what she's learning right now. Yeah. And this lady is advanced. She's not a young girl. She might even be on this TikTok live. So let me play the video.
Long ago, in the ancient land of Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. So
No. So watch, listen to the voiceover and edit your video. Listen to what? The voiceover and do what? Edit your video.
Under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers.
And the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. Now, that is the Egyptian ruler. We already have a clip here that has the Egyptian ruler. So what are we going to do? Either we make these 2 videos faster by coming to speed. I'll select the 2 of them, come to speed, and then increase the speed a bit. Do you see that? So watch.
Land of Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. So
let me see.
He enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and cities under the scorching sun. Their backs bent beneath the weight.
Okay, so hold on. I think what's it called? They made a mistake here, or I made a mistake here. Now let me check. Let's go back and check the order of the videos. Let's go back to this guy to check the orders of the video. Now let's go back here. So we have this part, and then this guy. Okay, so we have to. But what did you use for voiceover? 11 slab. How did you add the voiceover? That one should not be equation in 2025.
Long ago, in the ancient land of Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. So he enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and cities under the scorching sun. Their backs bent beneath the weight of bricks and mortar, their cries rising to the heavens.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've realized something here. Guess what I'm going to do?
Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh.
So here, I'll put this particular video, but I'm going to make this particular video very slow. Watch this particular clip.
Long ago,
Now I'm not going to follow the format that AI gave to me. I'll be listening to my audio, and then I'll be what's it called? Editing.
in the ancient land of Egypt, the Hebrew people lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. And the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers, so he enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and cities under the scorching sun. Their backs bent beneath the weight of bricks and mortar, their cries rising to the heavens. But Pharaoh's fear grew darker still.
So watch.
Sun, their backs bent beneath the weight of bricks and mortar, their cries rising to the heavens.
Rising to the heavens. Okay.
But Pharaoh's fear grew darker still. He issued a terrible decree. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River.
Now we're going to add sound effects. That's what's going to add life to this. Right now, it's just there, basic storytelling. But when you add sound effects, it drives emotion. You know MacBook Day, why sometimes to get some app. CapCut, is there CapCut on MacBook? If there's CapCut on MacBook, you can use that. So hold on, please. Because I did do this one to make they collect animation projects. Did you add any sound effects? No, we've not even added.
The midwives wept, the mothers trembled, and the Nile ran with unspeakable sorrow. Among the Hebrew people lived a woman named Jochebed, whose faith burned brighter than her fear. When she gave birth to a son, she looked into his eyes and saw something
Do you know what I just realized? That there are many sins that are hidden. That are many sins that AI did not give to us. Do you now realize that for this particular story, we have to generate more sins? Do you know why? This thing is too what will I call it? It's too small. This it's too small for that. Is this particular voice? 40 seconds of this video is supposed to carry like 20 clips if we want to follow what the voiceover is saying. Now they've talked about the part where she gave birth to her son, but we've added the son to the front part. Do you know that we now have to that lazy editing I said? So this is how generic people. What about generation sound? Is it free or payable? Like you can just go and check online. When you say generation sound, I don't understand what you mean though. So
heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers, so he enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and cities under the scorching sun, their backs bent beneath the weight of bricks and mortar, their cries rising to the heavens. But Pharaoh's fear grew darker still.
It's not free. It's not free. If it's free, how will those people make money, my guys?
He issued a terrible decree. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. The midwives wept, the mothers trembled, and the Nile ran with unspeakable sorrow. Among the Hebrew people lived a woman named...
Okay, so do you see this part now? Normally, I'm supposed to have more clips here, but I'm not elongating this particular one to be slower. Then this woman too, I'm going to elongate our scripts, scene to be more slower.
Among the Hebrew people lived a woman named Jochebed, whose faith burned brighter than her fear. When she gave birth to a son, she looked into his eyes and saw something extraordinary. For 3 months, she hid him, muffling his cries, keeping him secret from Egyptian eyes. But a growing baby cannot be hidden forever. So Jochebed did something.
Is that even happening? Anyways.
Something remarkable. She wove a basket from papyrus reeds, waterproofing it with tar and pitch. With trembling hands and whispered prayers, she placed her precious son inside and set him among the reeds at the river's edge. His sister Miriam watched from a distance. Her heart pounding as the basket bobbed gently in the current. That very day, Pharaoh's daughter came down to the Nile to...
So here now, this one is going to...
Her heart pounding as the basket bobbed gently in the current.
Because I don't have
that very day, Pharaoh's daughter came down to the Nile to bathe. The sun glinted off the water as her attendants followed behind. Then she saw it. A basket floating among
No, then she saw it, a basket flowing amongst it. Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm just going to push this out. Wait.
the reeds. Curious, she sent her servant to retrieve it. When she opened the basket, a baby's cry pierced the air.
Like this one, do you know why this is animated? I will delete this. I don't need that part. It's animated that way because I did automatic animation. So watch.
Sent her servant to retrieve it. When she opened the basket, a baby's cry pierced the air. The princess's heart
The way they smile.
melted. She knew immediately this was a Hebrew child, one of those condemned by her
Okay, so
father's cruel decree. But in that moment, compassion overcame law. This child would not die. Miriam, brave and clever, stepped forward from her hiding place. Shall I find a Hebrew woman to nurse the...
Okay, so now I'm going to bring this other part.
Behold!
Behold, Kinney. I'm going to bring this other part of Miriam.
Die. Miriam, brave and clever, stepped forward from her hiding place. Shall I find a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby for you? She asked.
So okay, I'll just take this out to this point.
The princess agreed, and Miriam ran to fetch her own mother. And so, by the grace of Providence, Jochebed was paid to nurse her own son.
Hold on, please. Hello, what's up? Okay, from Market Square, take a this in there to. Just hold on, please. Oh, I'll mute myself before this will kidnap me. Take a ticket to Market to Parker Crescent. Just enter a keke, tell them to stop here at Parker Crescent. Okay, all right. This particular line, right? Your WhatsApp line. Okay. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Okay, let's proceed. So,
She asked. The princess agreed, and Miriam ran to fetch her own mother. And so, by the grace of Providence, Jochebed was paid to nurse her own son, whom the princess named Moses, meaning
so this part like is
drawn out of the water. Moses grew up in Pharaoh's palace, walking on marble floors where his people laid stones. He wore fine linen while his brothers wore rags. He ate from golden Pharaoh's palace, walking on marble floors where his people laid stones. He wore fine linen while his brothers wore rags. He ate from golden plates. Rags.
Why they wore rags, okay?
He ate from golden plates while they ate whatever scraps they could find. He was educated in all the wisdom of Egypt, trained as a prince, groomed for greatness.
Okay.
But Moses knew his true heritage. He knew the blood that flowed in his veins, and he could not ignore the suffering of his people. The contrast between his privilege and their pain carved a wound in his soul that would
No, I think I have. You can hear me now.
not heal. One day, Moses walked among the Hebrew laborers. The sun beat down mercilessly as he watched his kinsmen hauling massive stones, their bodies scarred and worn. Then he witnessed something that changed everything. An Egyptian taskmaster brutally beating a Hebrew slave. Rage flooded through Moses like the Nile at flood season. He looked left, then right. No one was watching. In a moment of fury and justice intertwined, Moses struck down the Egyptian and buried his body in the sand. The next day, Moses returned, perhaps hoping his actions had gone unnoticed. But when he tried to stop two Hebrews from fighting, one turned on him with accusing eyes. Who made you a prince and judge over us? Will you kill me as you killed the Egyptian? Moses' blood ran cold. His secret was out, and when Pharaoh heard of it, he sought to kill Moses. The prince had no choice. He fled into the wilderness, leaving behind the palace, the privilege, and any hope of an ordinary life.
So this is the part where we'll stop. Then you now you be the one to create the other videos. Be the one to create the other scenes. I'll send the scenes to you. Yeah. Are we gone there? Okay, once you get there, just come. Once you get to the location I told you, just come in. This
Long
is what we have
ago,
here.
in the ancient land of
By the
Egypt,
time
the
when you are
Hebrew
done with
people
yours, the next thing I would do is I would add text. Then when you are done with yours, what I would do is I'm going to add sound effects. But right now what we are adding is caption. Because not everybody that is watching your video is actually going to listen to your what it's called. So not everybody that watch your video is going to listen with sound. So that's why we put captions most of the time. So they put that once they start watching the video, the audio is turned off until they turn it on. All right. So you put like appealing caption. All right. Or somebody, imagine that somebody is in the class and wants to watch your video. They can just be reading the text and looking at the graphic. I'll change the templates to one that I'll just use one generic one first.
lived under the heavy hand of Pharaoh. For generations, they had multiplied and grown strong, and the Egyptian ruler feared their numbers. So he enslaved them, forcing them to build his monuments and cities under the scorching sun, their backs bent beneath the weight of bricks and mortar, their cries rising to the heavens. But Pharaoh's fear grew darker still.
Right, can you hear me?
He issued a terrible decree. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. The midwives wept. The mothers trembled. And the Nile ran with unspeakable sorrow. Among the Hebrew people lived a woman named Jochebed, whose faith burned brighter than her fear. When she gave birth to a son, she looked into his eyes and saw something extraordinary. For 3 months, she hid him, muffling his cries, keeping him secret from Egyptian eyes. But a growing baby cannot be hidden forever. So Jochebed did something remarkable.
You see that? This is what we have. So at the end of the day, I'm going to copy all the prompts and send to you. I'll send you the prompts. You would have to redo this video. In fact, you do the video from the beginning. From the very beginning, you recreate everything. Okay? So any question? When you are doing yours, don't use 9:16. Use normal landscape. Let me go back. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to weeks. Under weeks, don't use this one. Use this one. Because in my mind, I thought that it was short. That's why I did it in portraits. But for long form video, apart when you want to post on TikTok, maybe you can do this. All right. So yeah. So there's how you can also create videos like this and still convert them to this later on. But you cannot really convert a video from this to this. You get? You can easily convert a video from this to this later on by editing it. But it's difficult to